Welcome to the Secrets of the Bible channel. All right, child. So, look, today we're going to be revealing who is Esau. All right, we're going to give you some undeniable proof. All right, we're going to go into the scriptures. We're going to go into the history. Cause there's always been this big debate on who is Esau, and this video is done by popular demand. I removed the first video. People asked me to put it back up. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to nip it in the bud. By the time you get through watching this video, you're going to know who Esau is. Bottom line. All right, we're going to be reading from the first book. This book is the 1611 King James Version Bible. Pay attention. We're going to read this precept upon precept. You have to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you're not going to understand anything. All right, watch this Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman cold with the sun and moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." You see that? So it says a woman with the sun and moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Let's find out who that woman is referring to, because you got to remember the book of Revelation is a book of similar toss. So when John the Revelator wrote the book of Revelation, he was writing in riddle format. A similar to is a riddle. So he was writing in riddle format. He's not going to speak directly to you. It's going to be all in riddles. All right, so let's find out who the woman is in Revelation 12 and 1. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2. It says, "I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman." You see that? So the Most High says he's likened or compared the daughter of Zion or the 12 tribes of Israel to a comely and delicate woman. This is the woman that is referring to in Revelation 12 and 1. It's referring to the Israelites. The Most High says he compares the 12 tribes to a comely and delicate woman. That's why he also says this Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 14. He says, "Turn, O backsliding, children say it. The Lord, for I am married unto you." You see that the Most High says, "I am married unto you, Israel." That's why he compares the 12 tribes to a comely and delicate woman. This is plain and simple. Clear-cut precept upon precept. All right, so now let's go back to the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman," meaning the Israelites, "the 12 tribes clothed with the sun and moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." So now let's find out what the sun and moon under her feet. Let's find out what that's referring to. And then we're going to find out what the 12 stars is referring to. We're going to find out right here what the sun and moon and the stars is referring to. And this is referring to Joseph. Joseph is about to become second in command in Egypt. All right, now watch this. It says, "And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it to his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun, and the moon, and the 11 stars made obeisance to me." You see that he said the sun and moon and 11 stars made obeisance, or bowed to me, bowed down to me. That's what obeisance is referring to. And he said the sun and moon and 11 stars. Now remember in Revelation 12 and 1, it said 12 stars. It said a crown of 12 stars, but here he says 11 stars. Why? Because he's excluding himself. Because what you're going to find out is the stars is referring to the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what it's referring to. The crown of 12 stars is referring to the 12 tribes. Watch is going to be revealed in the next verse. "And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I, thy mother, and my brethren indeed come to bow down or make obeisance to the earth?" You see that it says, "Shall I and thy mother," who is the sun and moon. The sun and moon is representing his mother and father, and it says, "Thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee, to the earth." So who was the 11 stars referring to? The other 11 tribes. All right. That's what it's referring to. That's what it's referring to in the book of Revelation chapter 12 verse 1. So that's what John is referring to. John is giving you in riddle format. He's going to reveal who Esau is, but he's using the book of Genesis to do it in riddle format. That's why we had to go precept upon precept. That's why we had to come back to Genesis to get the understanding. So the sun and moon is representing the mother and father, and the stars are representing the 11 tribes, 12 tribes with Joseph. All right, so when you go back to Revelation, you understand what John the Revelator is talking about. Let's go back now. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. A woman, meaning the Israelites, the 12 tribes, clothed with the sun and moon under her feet, the sun and moon representing Joseph's mother and father, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, those 12 stars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, cause John is going to reveal who Esau was. Watch. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. You see that? So John said, the great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. Who is that red dragon? Who was called red in the Bible? And who was called a dragon in the Bible? Let's find out, because the Most has given us the answer right here. He's going to give you the answer. He's giving you the clue, and now we're going to go get the answer. Let's find out who was called red, and let's find out who was called dragon. And we're going to piece the puzzle together. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. And the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. You see that it says the first came out red. This is the only person in the Bible that was described as red. I'm not talking about ruddy, I'm talking about red. This is the only person that was literally called red in the Bible, Esau. And if you understand why they was describing Esau, is because this is the first time that they seen something different. They never saw this before because everybody else on the earth looked the same. All right, everybody looked the same. This is the first time a phenomenon happened where somebody was born and they looked different. That's why they described him. They had to describe him because this is the first time they ever saw this. This is the first time another nation was born. Cause remember, when you go back in the scriptures, the Most High told Rebekah, he said, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 different nationalities. 2 nations. He told her, he said, if this is such a blessing from you, why am I feeling all of this going on in my stomach? Cause the kids were fighting in the womb. So the Most High told her, he said, 2 nations, 2 different nationalities is in your stomach. 2 different races of people is in your stomach. That's what he told her. So when Esau came out, they had to describe him cause he looked totally different than everybody else. And this is the first person that was called red on the earth. Now let's go back. Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. It says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. So who was called a dragon in the Bible? You're going to find out that it is the Edomites. Esau, all descendants of Esau was called red and dragons. You're going to find that out, but we're going to show you. And then we're going to further show you as we read further in the texts. This is the book of Job chapter 30 and verse 29. Now we know Job is an Israelite, right? So what did Job say? I am a brother to dragons. You see that Job said, I am a brother to dragons. Job is an Israelite. Who is the brother of Israel, Esau? The Most High is giving you the clue and the answer right here in the scriptures. Job said, I am a brother to dragons. The brother of Israel is Esau, Edom. He is letting you know who he's talking about right here. These are the only people that was called red, and the only people that was called dragons were Edomites, Esau. So let's go back now. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, referring to Esau, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. Now, if you understand anything about the Bible, and you understand anything about biblical history, you know that the 7 heads right here, it's referring to the 7 major empires, which are the descendants of Esau, and those 7 major empires is Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain. Those are the 7 major empires, and the 7 heads that is referring to right here, cause those are the 7 major empires who are the descendants of Esau. Those 7 major empires make up Esau. All right? And it says, and 10 horns, and the 10 horns is referring to the 10 common market nations, also known as the EU. That's what it's referring to. Those are the 7 heads and the 10 horns. That's what it's referring to. And just in case you think, This is not talking about either mites, or this is not talking about those 10 common market nations or those 7 major empires. Just in case you don't believe that, as we read on in a text, it's going to confirm that's who was talking about. And it's going to confirm who the red dragon is. It's going to be clear and cut. Watch Revelation chapter 12 and verse 4 and his tail, referring to the red dragon. Now, this is still talking about the red dragon. It says, "And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth." You see that it says this dragon's tail. Be it draw the third part of the stars. Who is the stars? Remember, the 12 stars is referring to who the 12 tribes of Israel. It says this dragon tail drew the third part of the stars, meaning 3 of the tribes. This is during the time of when the Israelites were still in Jerusalem. So who was up in Jerusalem during the time this red dragon Esau was reigning? Who was up in Jerusalem? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You had a very small amount of northern kingdom, but mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's who was up in Jerusalem. That's why I said this tail drew the third part of the stars and did cast them to the earth, meaning he tried to take them into captivity. Now, as we read in the next line, it's going to confirm 100% that everything I showed you prior to this about who the red dragon is, it's going to confirm it. John, the Revelator, is going to confirm in riddle format who Esau is. It's no way you're going to push past this. Remember when they told him that a new king of the Jews was supposed to be born? King Herod felt threatened, so he ordered the death of all male boys. And that's why Joseph and Mary had to flee over in Egypt amongst other black people. All right, so King Herod was the one who ordered the death of Christ. So John the Revelator is revealing who Esau is, who the red dragon is. He's revealing. He said the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. It's referring to baby Christ. And just in case you don't think it's talking about Christ, watch when we go into the next verse and we go get the other precepts. This same Jesus, or Yahushua or Yahawasha, whatever you want to call them, which was taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. You see that? So this is who it's referring to in Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. It is indeed referring to Christ. So let's go back now. He stood before the woman to devour her child, baby Christ, when he was born because he felt threatened. And we're going to prove that King Herod is an Edomite. We're going to prove that. This is Anat. This is Herod's father. Okay, what are they calling him? Anter? The Ayam. They called him an Ayam. What does it say right here? It says Anter. The first, the Ayam, was the founder of the Eon dynasty and father of Herod the Great. You understand that it says he was the founder of the Hero dynasty, and he is the father of Herod. Rod is also an Idumean, and it says, what does it say right here? It says Rome, Italy. These are Romans. He was showing you. It's clear and cut, bro. It's clear and cut. It's no escaping who Esau is. It's just no escaping it. It's clear that Antipater is the father of Herod. Now let's go to the Bible dictionary so we can show and prove that the Idumeans are Edomites. Okay, so we're going to be reading from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This is the definition of Idumea. What does it say? Right here, it says Idumea, pertaining to Edom. In King James Version of the Old Testament, Idomea, the name used by the Greeks and Romans for the country of Edom. You see that, for the country of Edom. So Idumeans are Edomites. All right, so there's no way y'all escaping this about who Esau is. We already showed you King Herod was an Edomite. Okay, his father was anticipated. These are all Idumeans and Edomites. King Herod was a Jewish king. That's why they called him Jewish. All right. But he was not a real Jew. He was a Jewish convert. All the Edomites, all Agrippa, Herod, all of them were Jewish converts. They were not real Jews. That's why they call themselves Jewish. They were not real Jews. They were all Jewish converts. And that's why when you read this verse, it says this is the book of Amos chapter 9 and verse 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that has fallen, and the tabernacle is the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. And it says, and close up the breaches thereof. And the breach is a split. So the Most I said he going to close up the split between the two nations, between Judah and Israel, and bring the 12 tribes back together. That's what he's referring to. And he said, "And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this." You see that? And some of why all Israelites use this verse to say, "See, eat them," not even realizing what the verse is saying. The verse says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, which are called by my name. Who are the heathen that was called by God's name? First off, what is a heathen? A heathen is a person that's not a Jew or Israelite by blood. So the Most High seed, all the heathen, which are called by my name, who are the heathen or the people that was not Israelites by blood that was calling themselves by God's name. The Edomites. The Edom means Herod. Some of why all take this verse out of context to think that this is Tombo. Eat them going to get salvation. That's not what it's saying. It said that they may possess Edom, that they may possess. What does possess sound like to you? All right. And it says, in all the heathen, which are called by my name, they call themselves Jewish. That's how they was calling themselves by God's name. So this is indeed in Revelation. Chapter 12 is a clear-cut breakdown on who Esau is. This is clear and cut. So now let's go into some of the history. All right. Now this book is called Modern Judaism, or a brief account of the opinions, traditions, rites, and ceremonies of the Jews in modern times by John Allen. Yet the final vengeance on account of that last and greatest injury, the destruction of the Second Temple by Titus and the transportation of the Jews into captivity, in which they are still most appropriately detained, is yet impending over it to be executed in the time of the Messiah. That this is foretold by the prophets and all their denunciations of the severest plagues against the house of Esau, the cities of Edom and Mount Seir, which all belong to Rome and the Christians. You see that? They said Edom. Esau belongs to Rome and the Christians. I told y'all when we looked up Antipater. What did it say? What did it say? Rome, Italy. They are Romans. All right, it's clear and cut, bro. It's no way around now. I don't understand how people can't see this and people still want these people to be somebody else. It's clear and cut, man. I don't understand. Why all keep on listening to all these unlearned Israelites who be teaching the Bible and trying to teach history, and they don't know anything about who Esau is. They're trying to say he's Japheth and all these other people. It's not. Trust me, it's not. We're reading clear-cut history. And then they go into the scriptures and go in Genesis 10 and say, see, Ashkenaz. That does not mean that that's who that's talking about. All right, that does not mean that's who J.A. is. Just cause they took up the name Ashkenaz, and then why I'll say, well, see, Ashkenaz, Ashkenazi Jew. See, that's how some of why I'll do. It says the Chronicle gives an account of the successors of Alexander, Ptolemy Lagos, it is said placed at Aelia, a chief from among the children of Israel, that he might practice the religion of the law. Ptolemy Visanius succeeded, and the commentaries say that he ruled the people of the cavern. At the end of the 240 years, the empire of the Greeks passed to the Romans, to a man who descended from Esau, namely Augustus. You see that Augustus is referring to Caesar Augustus. Augustus is referring to Caesar Augustus because I told y'all when it comes to the Greeks, there were 4 notable Greek generals that were all Edomites. All right, you have Ptolemy who ruled Palestine or conquered Palestine in Egypt. You had Cassander who conquered Macedonia in Greece. You see that from Edom proceeded the kings who reigned in Italy. These are all Edomites, all Edomite nations. All right, it's clear. And it says, and who built up Rome to be great among the nations and chief among the provinces. And in this way, Italy and Greece and all the western provinces became filled with Idumi. And you see that what are Idu means Edomites, Edomites. Idumea is a Greek and Roman name for Edom. It is clear, man. It is clear. I don't know how clear this is going to be to y'all. I don't get it now. This is from the complete works of Flavius Josephus, all right. It says this account of the Idumeans admitting circumcision and the entire Jewish law from this time, or from the days of Hyrcanus, is confirmed by their entire history. Afterward, it said they took up the circumcision. Why? Because these were all converts. These were not Jews by blood. All right, it says this in the opinion of Josephus made them proselytes of justice. You see that made them proselytes, meaning converts, or entire Jews as here and elsewhere, however, Antigonus, the enemy of Herod, though Herod were derived from such a proselyte of justice for several generations. You see that it says Herod was derived from such a proselyte. You see that? So that means Herod, the Edomites, the Idumeans were converse. They were not real Jews. They were Jewish. They just converted over and took up all the laws of the Israelites and became Jewish. Like it says in the book of Esther, the people of the land became Jews. He became a proselyte of justice for several generations will allow him to be no more than a half-Jew, but still take out of Dean Perdue at the year 129, the words of Ammonius and Grammarian, which fully confirms this account of the idol means in Josephus. The Jew says here such by nature and from the beginning Wallace. The I do means were not Jews from the beginning. You see that? They were not Jews from the beginning. So this is clear and cut. This is proof who the I do means are. This is proof who he saw, as if you watch this entire video and you went through them verses and you go through this history, there's out. Listen, I broke it down. ABC Spaghettio style, ABC Spaghettio style. If you did not get it, go back through this video and get some understanding. Cause this is clear and cut bottom line.